Hi everyone, bonjour and welcome back to my channel. If you are here for the first time, hello, I am Naja and I am a minimalist. Right now my wardrobe sits at around 40 items, which probably explains why a question I get a lot is how do I not get bored with my small wardrobe? I do only have 40 items of clothing, but when I had 120 or however many I had at my starting point, I was probably only wearing 40 items of clothing anyway, and the rest was just hanging out in my wardrobe, dying slowly and never getting picked for a night on the town. Some of the things I bought when I had more stuff I wore once or twice, and then I never really wanted to put it on again because, you know, I got bored with it immediately. By curating my small northern hemisphere friendly wardrobe, and as I go very intentionally about that process in and of itself is so interesting and filled with small missions that keeps me entertained, and at this point having a lot of stuff just wouldn't cut it as entertaining for me. So I really wanted to put this into words by creating this video. That is also the reason that this video isn't in the style of 5 things you can do to not get bored with your wardrobe, because being entertained by my small wardrobe is more a result of the mindset I have overall, as well as a switch in habits surrounding my wardrobe and the relationship I have with the pieces in it. I've quite quickly learned that the more in touch I am with the why I get an item and the pickier I get, the less bored I also become with my wardrobe. If you have 5 different jackets that all speak to your soul, then how can you get bored with that? It would probably at the very least take you a really long time to get bored with 5 truly great items. Right now, despite living in a literal winter wonderland here in Switzerland, I only have one winter coat and I'm not bored with it because I absolutely love it. Granted, it is just from this season, so as my taste evolves, I will probably want to add another coat. But next to none of the coats I stumble upon browsing or that I pass by in stores can compete with this Rolls Royce of a winter coat that I already have. Once you get pickier and become more appreciative of the items you already own, for whatever reason resonates with you, becoming bored with the pieces becomes a much rarer issue. I have this bright orange sweater which is per default not boring compared to my black fitted sweater. But even though I thought about it for weeks before finally purchasing it, I unfortunately only very rarely grab for it now that I own it. But I reach for my black sweater over and over and over again without really getting bored with it. And it probably has something to do with the fact that every time I put on this fitted black sweater and look myself in the mirror, I just think, it looks great. And it's hard to get bored with something that you think truly looks great. For me, though, it also has a lot to do with the quality and the softness of this sweater. There is definitely higher end cashmere sweaters out there, but for me, knowing that this black sweater is 100% cashmere just raises the perceived value to this item for me, because fabrics is something that my wardrobe brain assigns a lot of value to. These feelings surrounding this sweater makes it even harder for yet unbought sweaters to compete for a place in my wardrobe or a day of wear, and unfortunately this orange wool acrylic mix just haven't really been competing that well. And that was about me, but maybe perceived value is different to you. What brings value to an item to you might be knowing that you got an incredible deal on it, or that it has a rich history before you buy it if you buy it secondhand. And if that is the case, when you're browsing local thrift stores and you come across a beautiful dress that just hits on all of your accounts, then it is much less likely that you will get quickly bored with it. If you have a hard time knowing what will and will not bore you before you actually buy it, you can make a list of things that you don't like and things that you do like, and then never compromise on this list when you go shopping. The list can contain entire categories like shorts or minor details like visible zippers or certain prints and fabrics. There is so much stuff out there to spend your money on and to take with your home, so don't get anything that you don't absolutely love, because you will end up wanting to rebuy that item when you come across something better of the exact same thing. If you find a beautiful skirt that ticks most of your boxes, but it does have a visible zipper and that is one of the things that you just do not like, then don't get the skirt, because chances are you will keep looking for a skirt just like it but with no zipper, and you will never feel satisfied with the piece you already have. And I have also found that keeping on looking for perfection in an item is something that keeps me entertained by adding to like the thrill of the hunt. At least that has worked for me. This gets easier further down your style journey as you love most of your clothes, as you won't be desperate to immediately just add better pieces to your wardrobe than what you have right now. If you are sort of just starting out this journey of really figuring out your personal style and make a smaller wardrobe with really great pieces in it, chances are that you don't have an abundance of pieces right now that you absolutely love and that doesn't bore you right now. Ever since I raised the bar for the clothes I have in my wardrobe and cluttered the rest, there's only a few pieces left in my wardrobe that I actually really love and want to wear. So as I built up my wardrobe slowly, I have become a serial outfit repeater. This is also one of the reasons that when you guys ask me for more inspirational, how to style type of content, it can sort of be a challenge for me to come creatively about that, because as of right now I wear a lot of the same stuff and just rotate it, and I just still feel great and stylish. This doesn't mean that I don't want or wish for more items or that this is where I stop shopping. If I did, I probably would get bored pretty soon. But if you love what you wear, boredom comes at a much slower pace, and you can add things to your existing wardrobe at a much slower rate, and you will have more time to make much better buying decisions. Another really important point I want to mention regarding not getting bored is the concept and the feeling of newness. I think for a lot of us, before we have developed a very strong sense of personal style and before we become really mindful about what we bring into our closets, we heavily rely on newness to feel good about how we are dressed, which is both wasteful and expensive. Have you ever bought a dress or another piece for a specific event, like a night out on the town or just a birthday party, and felt genuinely pretty and great in this piece, but when you try to put the same thing on for the second or third or fifth time or a month later, all of a sudden you looked at yourself in the mirror in the exact same outfit, but only this time you don't feel like you look as great in the exact same thing. I think that's because that what this item was purchased based on newness has worn off, and the only way you can obtain that feeling again with the habits you already have is by going out and buying something new. This is something that really just clicked for me sometime last year, and I've really tried to be very mindful of it ever since. It really helps in a lot of situations and keeps me on the right path of buying items that will contribute to my style and will make me feel beautiful in them for much longer. A situation where being mindful of the thrill of newness comes in really helpful is when you see and want an item you basically already have. For me, this is often a black ruffle wrap dress. In this situation, I remind myself I already have a black ruffle wrap dress that I absolutely love. It's just not new. But soon this new dress wouldn't be new either. When newness fades, something of substance needs to remain, or all value to you regarding this item will be lost immediately and you won't really want to wear it again. The feeling of new can never replace the feeling of amazing, and new will never last, so will keep costing you a fortune. That was actually the points that I had on why I managed to not get bored with my small wardrobe. If you enjoyed this video, please consider give it a thumbs up so that I know, but also because it really does help out my small channel. And if it's your first time here and you're still watching, then consider subscribing to my channel, because in that case I would love to keep you around. Thanks for watching and farewell!